A lot of us would like to have good Indian food, but we have to go to takeouts, which are quite expensive and usually done in a less healthier manner. So my intention is to show a delicious vegetarian kurma that can be made at home for anybody that can just put in about 20 to 25 minutes of prep time and another 20 minutes for cooking. And you can actually save this kurma in the fridge for about 2 days without putting your hand on it. Always use fresh utensils, cutlery, and you're good to go. So I'm going to get started with this amazing kurma. Please note down the ingredients. So for this kurma, you would need finely chopped onions, which are diced, and you also need slit green chilies and a sprig of curry leaves. Now this is optional, and if you cannot find it, that's fine. And you also need your favorite veggies, and my favorite veggies are potatoes and frozen peas here, and some carrots that are diced and chopped, and some beans, green beans. I have not pre-boiled them. I have also blanched some cauliflower here, which I'm gonna add to my kurma. And I've chopped half a tomato here, and I've chopped some fresh cilantro or coriander leaves here. Now that's for all the vegetables that are fresh produce. Now for the masala, I've also got some star anise, some cloves, bay leaves, and cinnamon and green elaichi in here, so if you can see that. I've also got fresh ginger garlic paste and fresh onion paste in here. Now I've also got some fennel seeds, and I've got some masalas, and they're pretty straightforward. So I've got some red chili powder, I've got some turmeric, just a little bit, and I've got a homemade masala that I'm gonna use for my curry. But you can also use garam masala or any sort of Kitchen King masala from your local Indian grocery stores, or Whole Foods has them, so you can find it pretty easily. I've also got some oil, and this is gingerly oil, but you can use canola or corn oil as well. And just because I want to cook it very authentically, I've also got some ghee, which is homemade. But you can completely avoid the ghee if you're allergic to dairy. Now with that in mind, we're gonna get started. Now I'm using a halogen, a coil stove, and now I'm going to put in my stove here. I always like to use a wooden spatula, so it's pretty hot now. I've been using that for a while now. So I'm going to take about 2 tablespoons of gingerly oil. It looks like it's a lot, but for the amount of kurma, it's a pretty normal amount. I'm also going to use about 1 small teaspoon of homemade ghee. Now I'm going to wait until the oil becomes a little bit hot, so then I can add my ingredients. Feel the heat, it's radiating. Now I'm going to add about that much fennel seeds and just gently saute them. I'm going to get in my sprig of curry leaves. You would hear a small splatter, and my green chilies. I've slit 3 green chilies because I like my korma to be a little spicy. Now I'm going to saute that. So once you see that gently getting sauteed and the fennel seeds would change their color a little bit, don't darken them so much, you can now put in your finely chopped red onions. I've used pink onions here, but you can use red onions. You could even use yellow, and as a last resort, use white onions. I'm gonna give that a good stir. You want to make sure that the onions are getting translucent. Now in goes your whole garam masala. Give them a good stir. Now you can see the onions shrinking in size, and that's when you have to put in your ginger garlic paste. We don't want our ginger garlic to be raw, so we're gonna give it a good amount of sauteing in the pan. You can always add just a teeny tiny bit of salt at the beginning. Salt also tries to, it helps you get rid of the raw taste. Now, before the ginger garlic starts sticking in the pan, we're also going to get a raw onion paste into this mixture and give it a good saute. And we're just going to ensure that we stay at a safe distance and there's no splatter on us. Let it cook for about half a minute to 1 minute on high heat, or 2 minutes on medium heat, or 3 to 5 minutes on low heat. So what we're going to do at this point is just gently add some turmeric. And we're going to add some red chili powder. My homemade masala also has some spice and kick, so be cognizant of how much you can handle, and there's no limit to what you can tolerate. So it's completely yours. So feel free to experiment with your level of spice. Now the masalas have roasted, and I get a beautiful, harmonious smell of Indian masalas. I'm just gonna add some water to this mixture, about 2 cups. Now as this mixture has been diluted, we're going to gently drop our vegetables. So carrots and potatoes and beans and green peas. Beautiful. Since we've already blanched our cauliflower, we don't want it to overcook, so we're not gonna put it in right now. Okay, so it has been about 10 minutes now, and we're going to open the lid. That's delicious, and that's exactly what we want. We want our masalas to have that vibrant color. You can see that the chili powder and the oil that we put in are now coming together. And the vegetables are cooked, but they're not mushy. And that's exactly what we want. Now we're going to drop our tomatoes. I'm going to add my pre-blanched cauliflower. They're tender. I'm going to give that a really good mix. So now I'm going to add the masala that I made. And it's got a little bit of roasted Bengal gram in it, so it's going to give that thickness to the gravy. But not to worry if you don't have it. So about an additional 3 minutes has passed, and now what we're going to do is just open the lid and see if it's simmering. And surprise, surprise, yes it is. It's simmering beautifully. And oh my god, the aroma is just completely out of the world. You have to try. Now what I'm going to do is put in my mixture of coconut and cashew nuts and some poppy seeds and fennel seeds. I know it sounds like a lot in a mouthful, but I'll repeat again. Just take about a quarter cup of coconut flakes or fresh coconut, and or shredded coconut and dried coconut, and then a little bit of these fennel seeds, and then a little bit of poppy seeds if you like, and 10 cashew nuts. Just grind them into a fine paste, and that's exactly what I've done. So I'm gonna drop that into my gravy or kurma. Look at that. So I'm gonna give it a mix. Oh my god. This is amazing. This is fantastic. Just get all of that, just get all of that goodness, coconut and cashew goodness into this. Now a lot of those Weight Watchers might be thinking, this sounds like a lot of fat, but trust me, it's all the good fat that you need in your body, and you're not gonna drink the entire bowl. You're just going to use this as a side dish for your pita bread, for your rice, or even as a dressing for your steamed vegetables. It's gonna be amazing. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do, just give it a gentle mix and check for taste. Finally, take a little bit. I'm gonna add about 1 spoon of ghee. It's a very small spoon of ghee. I'm gonna garnish some garam masala and some chopped coriander leaves. Now give it a good mix. Now here is a secret ingredient, and that is cane sugar. So unprocessed cane sugar, that's exactly what I use for my gravies in order to bring a little bit of sweetness. So that's not a lot, it's just about 2 pinches maybe. Now I'm going to gently drop that into the gravy. So now we're going to open the lid and see how it's come out. Oh, such gorgeousness. I'm gonna add a little bit of saffron here. I'm gonna turn off my stove. Yep, that's the gravy. serve this gorgeous kurma, we're going to use Idiyappam, and this is it. I've made it separately. Now I'm going to serve it with Idiyappam. This is for another video. And that's the gorgeous kurma with a side of Idiyappam.